Hello.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. This is like Throwback Thursday.
Right, because
we used to podcast on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would run home and then I would edit and then I would like try to frantically get the podcast
The good news
posted.
is you don't have to work tomorrow morning, so
that's true.
There's a tiny little glimmer of something in it.
The good news is also I have better internet now.
True.
So it's
Doesn't
totally
take 25
possible
hours
for
to
me
download.
to upload
In
the
less than 25
podcast
hours.
overnight. So there it goes.
Oh, seriously?
Woo!
Look at you.
Look at me. I figured out.
You figured out
Figured out the system.
sweet spot is for that light.
It just needs hands in the air. Like you don't care. Okay, this is the serious part of the podcast, not the outtakes, which is all of a sudden
I
become
don't know.
outtakes.
Yeah.
So this is a podcast or whatever we're calling it now, YouTuber or something, about yarn, Vermont,
Our store.
whatever
And who knows
random
what else.
shenanigans Jen and I are up to, that we bring to you every other week. Ish from our yarn shop.
Roughly, yeah.
I like all the little asterisk disclaimers.
Right. When we can.
when
if
we
we're
can.
able.
We try our hardest for every other week.
And usually for 6 to 8 weeks at a time, we accomplish that.
We do. Yep. We've been pretty good lately.
Yes.
We're here in Shelburne, Vermont. We also have an online store where we are told that pretty much everything we're showing you today is
I believe so.
available for purchase online.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried to get better about getting our things up into the online inventory system. So
Yes.
all of you who are not here can join in.
Can partake.
Partake in some of these fun things that we have and
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, this is a very gifty, which
Yes.
is kind of ironic because it's too late for you to buy this for someone for Christmas. But except for those of you who watch it first thing tomorrow morning and live nearby.
And you can run in and grab something and run out.
I'm going to make a crinkly noise.
Okay.
There we go.
So we haven't even introduced ourselves because that's
right.
really where we are going today. So I'm Angela,
I'm Jen.
and you can find me on social media, Instagram, and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me out there on Instagram. I always do these in the wrong order. Instagram as Jennifer_Arbuckle and on Ravelry as J Arbuckle.
Yep. And, feel free to follow or friend on those platforms with my normal caveat. It's my personal page. If you want to see just yarn and knitting content only, the Yarn Store Instagram and Facebook accounts are definitely, and group on Ravelry are definitely the places to be. You're going to see lots of other stuff on my Instagram, which is probably what makes it fun. So, you never know what you might see on my Instagram page. So, could be anything.
Right.
From
Mine too.
backyard game cam pictures to
Flattened snowman.
food to snowman that got taken down by a 6-year-old. So, it's great.
Yes, mine also has randomness on it as well, but a fair amount of knitting.
Yeah. So we like to start our podcast with our podcast pick.
Right.
And we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to give you a discount on gift cards. So if you're looking for that last minute gift for somebody or for yourself, you can just pop onto the website, order one of those online. It gets emailed to them or to you, an instant gift.
For you or your loved one.
Yes. We're going to run this sale, this coupon code. So normally our coupon codes run for 2 weeks. We're going to stop this one a little early. So it's going to run with actually, coincidentally, our school break.
Through the holidays.
The holidays
end on January 2nd at midnight-ish.
Yep. So between now and
11:59
January 2nd, you can get, I just wrote 2022 because that's really where I'm at right now.
It still is 2022, but it will not be on January 2nd.
Second will be 2023. You can get 10% off any of our gift cards that are in the drop-down menu. We don't have gift cards set up so you can select your own value.
But there's a lot of choices.
10% off with the code. And this is the important thing. If you don't put the code in, discount doesn't apply. It's not an automatic discount. We're going to go with Happy 2022.
No P's.
No P's. We're going to
Only
change it
in
up
the
a little
happy.
bit. Happy
Just to confuse you, sorry.
2022. It'll be down at the bottom as well.
PPY 2022.
Happy 2022. 10% off gift cards. The thing to remember with Shopify, if you pay with PayPal, you have to go to PayPal and then you have to come back from PayPal. And at the coming back from PayPal, there's a spot where you can put the coupon code in. The other way to do that is just to go to checkout now, and there'll be a little spot where you can put the coupon code in.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
It's our gift to you.
It's our gift to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for another lovely
Thank you to
year.
everybody that took advantage of the Seasons of Vermont discount. Last time, a number of you purchased kits.
Yeah.
It was so exciting to see all of them
Going
going
good
out the
home.
door and going to someone who is going to love them and use the yarn or hold it in their stash, hoard it in their stash forever, like me.
Right.
So thank you. We hope this little thank you gift with this discount code also works for all of you and
Brings
makes
you
a few
joy.
of you happy and gives you joy.
Yeah.
Right. So as we
Coast to the
scream
finish
through
line.
the end of the year here, 2022. So
Right.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Right.
So you have finished object because that's
It was like 90% finished last time.
or we are no, I don't. We don't have show notes. This is how like out of sorts we are.
It was not completely finished last time.
What are we wearing? I think.
Oh,
that's
right.
actually next.
I'm wearing two things.
That's our nice lead into like what are we
What are
wearing?
we doing? Who knows?
And then finished objects.
Right.
Right.
So you can go first.
Okay, so I am wearing If Sun Comes by Amy Christophers. It's a really nice, heavier weight. I can't remember if it's DK or worsted. I think it's DK weight shawl. It's super cozy, super warm. It's set up to be a two-color shawl.
It's pretty.
It's pretty good sized. But for this like 20...
I was cold all day today.
20 to 25 degree weather. It's definitely, I like to wear a bulkier shawl. So,
Yeah, as do I. And so this is my go-to.
Really fun knit too.
Yeah, this is my go-to when I need something cozy wrapped around my neck. So this is my pattern, a Pretty Luxe shawl, which has several different choices in it. You can knit it in a triangle or in a crescent. And this one I knit out of a chunky bit of cashmere and mohair, held double. This was sort of before the mohair love fest. But anyway, it's my favorite thing. And just because it's in this sort of neutral color, I really wear it almost every day. It seems like when it's chilly out.
Yeah.
It's very cozy and warm. And it wraps around a couple times, no matter what. And then I am wearing my new little hat pattern.
And also thank you to everybody
who enjoyed that.
who were so excited about the hat and took advantage of the coupon code that we had for the last podcast.
So it's actually easier to see the pattern on the inside. And of course you can wear it either way.
Yeah.
But I always intended, it wasn't quite finished last time. And so when I did the pattern, which I sort of scrambled to get done, and then took the pictures, I didn't have the pom-pom on the hat at that point. And of course, what no one knows is I was outdoors in my pajamas taking pictures for that.
Nobody needs to know. But now all of you know. So cat's out of the bag.
You're in the know. I had bare feet practically.
Could also be another...
And my winter coat, so I looked seasonally appropriate.
That's a very Vermonty look.
Right.
In the know. Also could be a contender for the title of the podcast.
That's right. So it's a fun little pattern, and I haven't been able to wear it much because it's been living here at the store with some suggestions for yarn and whatever stuff. And then at the Must Love Yarn,
I feel like everybody was knitting one.
at the holiday party, it was very gratifying. I didn't know that, so it was very gratifying. I was like, oh, look, everybody's knitting the hat. Yeah, I love those colors, too. It's so pretty.
So fun. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to break into a second skein.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just at the point where I'm hitting the decreases, and that's how much I have left.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Okay, well, cool. Then I can make a second one.
How big is that?
It's a 50 gram skein.
Yeah. It took 65.
65 grams.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Yeah, but no, but 65 with the mohair and everything combined. So I did it on the 50 gram skein. I did it with one of these and I had leftover.
Oh.
So how many yards?
I don't know. I mean,
Let's compare yard. Yeah, it goes fast on the decreases.
Okay.
So this 50 gram. So I used Rowan tweed, felted tweed, and Ariel.
How many yards is the Rowan felted tweed?
That's what I was trying to find, and it is not in a logical location. Or it's in the world's smallest print, 191.
This is 164 yards.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah.
So,
and it was a little bit under. It was really 60 grams with the mohair when I weighed it,
Mm-hmm.
with the mohair and the stellaris, which clearly does not add anything to it. But
I
might be okay.
I have a
you're
backup.
good. So I'll be curious.
So I guess watch my Instagram and I'll make an announcement.
Because I had leftovers. Yeah.
Of how my yarn chicken goes.
Yeah. Yeah. These are not the colors the red is the color I used. But then I came in and we had a ton of this light green Ariel that I used. Which Ariana bought to make a sweater like the day after I started making this hat, apparently. Because I was like, oh, look, we have all kinds of yarn. People can buy the same combo if they want.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, but you could easily pair a different green with it. And you don't have to do Christmas colors. I just wanted a Christmas hat. So
mine aren't Christmas colors. I mean, mine are these.
Yeah.
And this Stellaris reads very... silver or gold, it reads both.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Like,
it's kind of bronzy.
Just does like a little bit of everything. So that's really my pretty combination that's knitting up like this.
And on Sunday, someone came in. Watch out for the your pin to get on your yarn. Someone came in and bought like blue and silver. And
that would probably be gorgeous.
Yeah, so it'll be like Starry Night colors, kind of is what I would call it. Yeah, it'd be pretty. And a pom-pom to go with it, so that'll be
super
fun.
pretty.
Yes. So
do we have any purple mohair?
We might.
Because you know what would be cool?
That's the pattern, just for those that are wondering.
This with purple mohair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, as a reminder for those that watched last time, we did a special code for this, MLY Sparkle. And I don't remember how long you put that up there for. But
same. I ran it the same, but we could extend it.
I'm going to extend it.
Okay.
So we'll extend it to January 2nd as well. So if you have a hankering to make a little hat next week and you want a free pattern, it's all yours.
Since now I know how to do a code for a pattern in Ravelry.
Yeah, right. I have to remember to go in and do that, so I will.
I put it on my list of things to do, which I multitask when I'm editing the podcast. So.
Okay. Because I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably put it in the newsletter as well.
Okay, cool.
Because that's all in Ravelry, so that's easy enough. Yeah. Anyway, it's fun, and people seem to be enjoying it, so that's fun.
Exactly.
It's an easy hat to make. It's not complicated, but it has a really nice fit though, because the ribbing actually really does sort of hold it on your head without. I don't like hats that squanch my head, so
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I actually have another.
So that's what I'm wearing.
I have a finished object.
There you go.
Look.
Pretty.
I've got a Sophie.
The hands are woven in.
No,
I'm just
I know.
kidding.
They're not. They're still hanging out.
That's pretty.
Here. The scarf that started it all.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Petite Nuts, I think.
Yes,
it's just a cute little like one skein.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, but everyone seems to be doing it, and
it's fun.
Yeah.
And Ariana started the like add Stellaris to it. So the pattern doesn't actually call for Stellaris.
So we like sparkle,
but we like sparkle, so this makes it sparkly, and it's just a little tiny. Yeah, I was just going.
Sorry, I have the whole pattern here, so. And you can make it in two lengths.
There's got like a little like garter stitch or an I-cord.
The only hard part is remembering when you're on the 8th row.
Right, hence
the row counter. And so I'm using the cheapest thing possible because I couldn't find my row counter is in that other sweater. And it's great, except for that it fell off twice. And so I was like, which row am I on?
It's so hot with the little like strings hanging down. But
they just look like
a little,
decorations.
Little decoration. Just a cute little like fancy scarf.
So since you're talking, I'm doing one as well. Mine is a gift for my friend who is coming, thankfully, after Christmas. But I've done this. I started this like Monday. Oh, shoot. I just did it again. Damn it. Sorry.
You lost your thing.
It fell
Am I
off
going to have
again.
to bleep that out?
I did it very softly. No one heard me say that.
It'll
nasty
pick
word.
up, the microphone picks up everything.
Maybe someone claimed something at the same time. All right, so I have to
All right, we'll
remember
see.
when I go home to figure out what row I'm on. So I'm using my leftover Stellaris from my hat that I am wearing, which is this sort of silvery green. And then I am using a skein of, I don't have the ball bandy thing.
Is this something you got here?
Yeah, it's the,
Is it
is
it Providence?
No, it's that, it's what Ariana used, the
Eco Puno?
yes, Lana Grosso, I think it makes it. Anyway, we'll have it. I'll have a note about it somewhere. But I picked it. It's funny actually because it has all these little colors in it, and I thought it would be really pretty with this green, and it is very pretty. And it's coming out very green, which is nice. But the colors in the tweed are sort of getting lost a little bit.
They're getting lost with the green.
Yeah, you can still see it, so it's fine. But
and it's so interesting, like how the colors play.
Yeah.
And what sort of dominates, which color dominates.
Yeah, and just this little tiny thread. I mean, this Stellaris is like really like finer than like even regular thread. Practically, it feels like, but it makes a big difference. It's really noticeable.
It adds so much.
And then I actually might make myself one, in which case I was going to do it with this Rowan color, felted tweed color, which is color changing. So that would be fun.
That would be fun
same
too.
Green, yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
Yes. So I don't have anything else to knit on at home, so I needed to make two projects.
No, I mean it's not like I don't have oodles of stash or multiple sweater quantities.
I actually thought about my stash a little bit, but my stash doesn't have like...
No, it doesn't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's my... So we segued right into... Do you have any other finished
No,
objects before I went right to work in progress?
No, it was just the hat, and the hat has gotten stalled out because...
But you just started it last week, right?
Yeah.
It's gone pretty fast.
Yeah.
Once you start the decreases, it's pretty fast, actually.
I did. My eyes are getting tired, like, at the end of the day. And so I've been just following the pattern on, like, my phone.
Yeah.
And I got to the decrease one, and I was like, what? My head just went...
Yeah, so it's not decreases like every 8 stitches or whatever. I purposefully wanted where you're decreasing down to just this pattern on the 4 corners, so to speak. They're not quite equal, but the decreases happen in the middle of the solid sections. So
I stumbled on the place a marker in the middle of the stockinette panel, and I was like, oh, I have to go find stitch markers. Like,
I told you at the beginning of the pattern that you needed stitch markers.
I have stitch markers.
I love stitch markers. You don't need to, but I love them because it just makes it mindless knitting. You just go there and then you do this, and then you don't have to count. And
I know, but I was having trying to read little teeny tiny print on my phone.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I should print it or use it on my iPad, not try to read it on my phone. And then with the stitch markers, and I was like, you know what? My brain is not comprehending this right now.
Yeah.
I know I just need to put it down, and
I thought about changing it so the decreases happened where the purl sections were, but I didn't really want to do that.
No,
so,
I think it's fine.
Because now then the purl sections come to a point.
This is not a pattern problem. This is a me problem with when I'm trying to read the pattern and on the device. Actually what I thought to myself was, this is going to make this pattern a little bit more complicated for people who just want to finish the hat and have been enjoying this kind of mindless knit. Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what, I'm doing it anyway.
It's okay. I printed the pattern.
You're welcome.
And I think that'll help because it'll be bigger, and so then I can read.
Well, plus once you do the first row, you'll be like, oh, this is what she means.
I mean, I know what you mean. I'm just my brain was just
because it's the end of the year, it's the season. You just want something easy to knit that you don't have to think about. And once you put those stitch markers in,
and probably realistically, if I'm trying to read patterns on my phone, I probably should have reading glasses on. That's also part of the problem.
Well, I don't know what age you are, but for me, that would definitely be a requirement.
So that's also what's happening. But anyway, and I just anyway, it's a battle I'm trying to
the
fight
joy
and
of-
losing. So.
Yes. So my other work in progress is behind us on mannequin 1.
Oh my god, look, it's got a
It
body!
does. Look at. I cast off the body of the sea glass, and
That is heavy.
yeah, it's funny. Like it's all fingering weight, but it's twice. So
It's got a nice.
it's funny that
to it.
I wouldn't want it to be a short sleeve sweater though.
Probably not.
So anyway, I didn't anyway, and so now, look, it's done. It's not done because here it's the waist yarn holding my sleeve together. So I'm gonna put the sleeves on next week, and because I have some time to myself. It's so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna do them 2 at a time because I want the colors to match on the sleeve, at least close on the sleeves. And then I think I'm gonna do like 3/4 sleeves. That's what I
Awesome.
think, because it's heavy enough that I feel like it wants to be like more than one season sweater. So
Yeah, 3/4 would be good. Cause
Yeah.
then, yeah, you could.
yeah. I could wear it all year. Anyway,
Nice.
but it's exciting, and the colors, it's nice to see it on the mannequin. They all kind of hang together a little bit. As
Yeah.
I anticipated. This yellow's a little strong right across there, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's pretty proportional. I'm kind of
Yeah.
surprised.
It
by
looks fabulous.
that. Yeah.
Looks real nice.
Yeah. I might have to introduce some new blue because I'm running out of some of them. but
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Anyway, progress being
Maybe
made.
by the time we podcast next.
No promises.
Okay,
No more
well, we'll see.
promises.
Well,
Because I have other things. I actually have to finish this first.
Yeah.
And there might be 1 or 2 other things I want to work on next week too.
I know, and I finished this hat. I have other yarn in here to
Mm-hmm.
knit some more little scarf. I might just knit another one of these hats because they're fun. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna actually probably go see if there's purple.
Yeah, I think we do.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It would be nice in purple, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have that nice neutral gray.
Yeah.
We don't have purple Stellaris, but you could use the
No,
other
but
one.
I'm going to use this Stellaris.
Right, because this Stellaris, just for the record, if you get one of these, I looked at it the other day because I was very
It's like
curious.
658 yards or something. It's like a lot.
I think it's more than that. It's 500. Yeah, it's 560 meters.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Because I have knit a whole hat. I have knit a third of a Sophie scarf, and I have like 1,200 little small projects left on this on this bobbin or whatever we
Oh
call
yeah.
it.
I mean, now for me, it's like how many things can I knit with one?
I of
little
course chose
bobbin?
this funny green. You chose like a nice
Right.
neutral color.
Right,
that
that'll go with almost anything.
It's a pretty green, but still.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be popping up in a lot of things for the next
Can I
period
just
of time.
see it forever?
Yes. Yeah. Next year for Seasons of Vermont, I was thinking about.
That might be fun.
Could be a sparkle project in there.
Ooh.
To figure out what the big theme for the year is now that we've
Yeah.
completed 1 year's worth of theming,
Nice.
several years.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's it. It's just been,
yeah, that's all
I
I've
have been
got.
knitting, but not really.
I have not. I've been doing I've had lots
you've
of
had
other
other-
evening things happening and
I did lose 4 evenings in the car between the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. yeah. So I'm amazed that I have this Sophie and most of a hat done.
Mm-hmm. This is a very gratifying little knit. I do like the Sophie. I sort of put it off, and then I was like, but you know what? It's perfect for this time of year where you're just tired and you just want to go.
I think the only thing that makes it challenging
It's
for
hard
it
to keep
being
track
a
of when you.
travel project is the 3 skeins of yarn. One, which is that Stellaris, which likes to like jump all over the place. Smarter people are putting it in plastic bags.
That's why I have.
I
Ziploc
just
over
let
here.
it hang out loose in mine, and every once in a while it'll just jump out of the bag and end up God knows where. So
Yeah, for the hat in particular with the 3, it's
Yeah.
annoying. I do have a little Ziploc bag over here that is my whole project is in because that's what I brought it with me when I was traveling to DC for when I started this hat. So yeah, because I realized because it's not. Wow, it's wound on the outside. So
right, so
yeah.
it's doing it. You know, it's like trying to pull like thread off of a spool. Like it's just doing its thing,
right,
getting
Yes.
tangled around things, and it's
Yeah.
just but
Yeah.
it's fine. It untangles really easily. It's not like mohair that once it gets tangled, you're like, oh my god, what just happened?
Yeah, but you're knitting it with mohair, which is a little tangly.
The cast on for that with those three was like super fun, and I think it's because I did not have them separated.
Oh, I was going to say I did.
And so the mohair and the Stellaris got into a big fight. No, they did. They got into a big fight.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get them.
I had a moment partway through where it wasn't the cast on, but later on where I was just like,
see, like, if you can.
Whose bright idea was it to put these three yarns together?
I was like, you can see like some of the little like just little bloopers there because it just.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not taking this back or like taking this out.
Tell.
Like, you can't tell.
Sparkle is arbitrary anyway.
It'll be fine. But. Yeah, that first row, like my yarn was like, really? I was like, oh my god, if it does this the whole hat, I am not finishing this hat. And it's fine, it sorted itself out.
Thankfully.
So, the Stellaris and mohair just
we wouldn't want a bad report
from
the
the other
half of
the
table. They just had to like
assert themselves with each other, and then they sorted their stuff out, and now they're fine. So
that's good.
Anyway. But so Jen ran through the store and like picked up all of these like
random
super
things.
Fun little like gifty items that we have in the store.
It's a very holiday selection.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So some of them are new to us.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them we probably told you about last week.
Yeah. So we have these fun.
These are new to us.
Little these are worsted weight actually. Little like mini skeins. Yeah. They're little packages of mini skeins.
Yeah.
So this is by Bobolink Yarns. This is what she's calling Flow State. So it's kind of like this marled style yarn. These are 100 grams total for 200 yards of worsted weight.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yep.
There's
a couple different color. That's why I got two. They're similar, but they're different. This one has more of an orangey color, and that one has a pink and a purple. I guess they're kind of the greens are different.
These retail for $36.
Yeah,
and it also supports one of our local farms and innovators here. Katie is moving and shaking with all kinds of stuff.
So many great ideas.
Lots of.
We also have full skeins of these. So if you were trying to do some sort of mixy color work thing, or this would be really fun. And a color work yoke and a solid color, complementing it.
Wow.
Complementary and or complementing it. But anyway, I just grabbed them because I didn't see them. She must have just brought them in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think they're pretty new.
Maybe when she came to do the pop-up. I wasn't there that weekend, so.
Yep. She
also
has these super amazing scarves. So these are very chic.
Lovely.
Very New York style scarf, which looks really awesome over the top of my other shawl here. But she's using the Darn Tough wool and yarn for this. So she's found another application to bring like an actual finished product.
The mill ends.
Again, that are dyed. These are marled. It's very lovely.
I don't want to make it all crinkly. So we have two colors. We have this sort of rusty brown, and then we have this sort of pinky,
purpley,
pink purple black. These are
Yep. And these scarves are retailing for $68.
Yeah, so they're like a foot wide, and maybe
they're not tiny. I mean,
they're big.
That's a big scarf.
It's so soft, actually.
So soft. You could wear it around like a nice coat.
Yeah. So they're probably like 6 feet long.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, they're pretty. It's really long. Yeah. I mean, I wrapped it around myself.
Around
my shawl. There. I just like Christmas Story did.
Right.
I put my arms down.
Yeah. So they're just really nice. She mentioned those to us last summer when she was trying to work out all the stuff.
It was a new something she's working on. So in a very interesting turn of events, we actually have finished knitwear products here for people to buy. So that could be a fun little gift for a knitter, and I
definitely
think,
a local product where it's made from all the bits of the Darn Tough socks.
And Katie, she dyes it and has these produced.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, and I think in one of our newsletters we referenced there's been a lot of articles and like a little blurb on the local news about it, and so she's gotten quite a bit of press. So
Yeah, which is awesome.
yeah,
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to,
I think it's on the Darn Tough website maybe too.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just a great way to be closing that waste stream, right? To find a way to use things that would normally just go to waste and be thrown away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's awesome.
Let's see, what's next? So next up is Silver Street. So we haven't really talked about this much yet. I think we maybe showed her yarn a tiny bit. So she's a new vendor to us. We've been talking off and on with her for years. We finally got our act together. So she brought in, we have some beautiful, soft, 100% alpaca yarn. It's amazing. Gorgeous. And all the natural colors. And she has quite a selection of natural color, like 5 or 6 different colors. And so these are soap bundles. Wrapped in alpaca. Oh my god! And they smell so good.
They smell so good.
Yeah, all different colors.
I've got a lavender and a spice.
Yeah, this is Xmas Tween? Xmas Tree. Christmas Tree.
Christmas Tree.
Sorry, it's got a funny thing on the end
Christmas
that confused
tree.
me.
These are fun. These are, you can buy these from our website.
And so you would use them in the shower as is. And so they're felted. The alpaca is felted around the soap.
Yep.
So it's like the loofah soap kind of combo thing. Lovely. Really
It's like
lovely.
a washcloth and soap in one.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
So $20. Again, supporting local farms.
And well worth it. That's a big bar of soap.
Oh, yeah.
It'll last a long time.
And my guess is it feels like it's
It's definitely handmade soap because you can tell by the scent.
You can feel
they're just, they're beautiful.
I could feel like the soap bridges in one of them, that when you make soap, sometimes you get like that little concave thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
God, they smell good. Like the whole table smells nice.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. We also brought over.
I think we showed this last time, but
I think
it bears repeating.
Shown this so much, but we can't
pretty.
stress it enough. This is Woolens and Nosh. This is her pretty felt garland colorway.
So Christmassy.
It's so Christmassy, but also something that you could wear during non-Christmas times, and it doesn't scream like Christmas,
right.
or holiday. Like all of Michelle's stuff, it's gorgeous. This is on her Tarhi base, her fingering weight Tarhi base. 411 yards, $36. Also available on the website. So.
And then one of our loyal listeners and customers is also an amazing glass artist. And so we've had these for quite a while, but she's brought in a few other ones for us. And so we have a couple of these sheep ornaments. We have a lot of different colors on the internet. On the
intertubes.
On the website. But they're so cute, these ornaments. You can't resist them. Whether they go on your tree or just hang in your window and make you happy.
Mine just hangs in my kitchen window year round.
It makes you happy.
Because it makes me happy. It's a little teal sheep that she made for us.
That's right.
So beautiful.
This is her
gorgeous.
Name. So these are on our website too. So you can...
what do they retail for, 20 or 25 these days?
I have no idea.
I was just going to look to see if there was a price tag.
$20. So those are very sweet, local.
Yes.
Different kind of sheep that we offer to you.
Yes.
A glass sheep.
Yes.
Let's see. The last thing I brought over was we've done these. I did a pattern a couple of years ago that has 3 or 4 different, 3 different Christmas ball designs in them. It's called On the Holiday Ball. And we have kits for these in the store as well. And so... it's a fun pattern, super fast little things to knit up and sort of gratifying to make. And you can obviously make them with little bits of leftovers. But the kits come with beads and some other things in case you want to put beads on your little trees or or in your snowflakes.
Super fun. Those always sell really well this time of year. People looking for fast, cute, neat little gifts.
Yeah, and sometimes for me, like I am like racing to the finish line at Christmas time, and I don't have time to do this stuff ahead of time. But I'm like, you know what? In the week between Christmas and New Year's, I'm gonna like prep for next year, and I'm gonna do a couple little things.
I say that too, and then it's
sometimes I do
November, and I'm believing I can still knit 12 gifts for people. So
right, yeah, so. So anyway, a fun thing to think about for next year.
Not store related, but if anybody is doing tree watch with me, my tree has not fallen over this year.
Thank goodness. Right.
Yet. There's still time, don't worry. But although the details are a little fuzzy, and the facts are don't quite match up as my kids relayed to me.
Uh-oh.
We've apparently lost a couple of ornaments. They're blaming it on the dog. Haven't got the details of exactly what
She does have one of those tails, right?
It's totally possible that everybody was roughhousing and the dog got wound up and went into the tree and knocked some stuff off. That's what I think probably happened. They're just well, we don't know. They're just a dog. So,
or at midnight one night, the cat was like, I'm going to get that dog in trouble.
Yeah. So we do have, I believe, 2 ornaments down. I was trying to be really good about not putting breakables on the tree, but a couple of them made it up there.
Yeah.
So that's where we are with that.
All mine go way up high in the tree.
But at least the tree didn't get knocked over.
No, that's an improvement.
In the shenanigans. So we're winning? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Nor have lights been eaten off of my tree.
Right.
Which also is a thing a couple of years ago.
Right.
If you have watched the podcast.
This dog has a history with Christmas trees.
Not a good history with Christmas trees.
She's not fond of them for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I think part of it is the Christmas tree. Yeah.
It's an alien being in your living room. It's not meant to be there. It takes up space where she can run around and jump on things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sparkles.
We haven't lost any
People
lights.
Pay a lot of attention to it.
Yeah, we haven't lost any lights this year yet. Just a couple of ornaments. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry, there's still time for the tree to fall over. So.
That's right. That's right. In case you're curious.
That has happened.
Stay tuned.
Before.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think
all the fun things happen in my house.
Right. It's very peaceful and quiet in my house.
Sometimes I want to go hang out at John's house.
You're more than welcome next week.
Peace and quiet. We're gonna go away for a few days, actually.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. We're I guess stroke of genius. I don't know. I'm calling it genius.
I thought you were going
now.
next weekend, though. It just occurred to me.
No, we're going during the week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I lost track of that.
I believe it's a genius at this point. By the time we podcast on the 2nd, it may have turned into a fail. I don't know. Find out on the next episode.
Well, how can it be bad? It's
how the
be
trip
fine.
goes. I don't know. We booked a hotel. It's got an indoor pool. It's an hour and a half away.
It's perfect.
It's far enough to drive. There's other things to do, other activities. We're going with some friends. I'm hopeful that it will just be a change of scenery. My kids will entertain themselves, and I will get some adult time and some downtime.
Knitting by the pool.
Knitting by the pool.
With beverages.
Yeah, with beverages. There is a bar and restaurant at this hotel. So
perfect.
I'm pretty excited. We're going for 4 days maybe.
Awesome.
So,
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
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 I have friends coming. My friends that usually come for between Christmas and New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Although they're coming at the end of the week, which is nice. So one of my roommates from college and her son, and my friend, another friend from college is coming. He lives in southern Vermont. So, yeah, and we're going to do Winter Lights next Friday.
Awesome. We're doing that
at
New Year's Eve.
Museum, and then we have dinner reservations on New Year's Eve. So it'll be good.
Dinner reservations after. Where are you going for dinner?
Starry Night.
Oh, nice. We're going to Pig and Tours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it was one of those things where I looked a couple of weeks ago. My friend from Southern Vermont emailed me, and he's like, we should do he's like, for once, I'm feeling very festive, and we should do a big New Year's Eve dinner. And my other friend is not staying through New Year's Eve. It got kind of messy trying to sort out all the travel plans. But I was like, fine, I'm happy to not go on New Year's Eve.
Right.
And so I looked, he had a place a little bit further down in Vermont that had this 13-course meal that he wanted to do. And it was expensive, but, maybe worth it once in a while.
Yeah.
And, but the timing just was not working. And so, and then I was like, but we have great, Starry Night does a great fixed menu for New Year's. Philo Ridge does a great.
Tortorel's, that's a great restaurant too.
Yeah. And so, finally, we confirmed yesterday who was doing what when. And so, of course, when I looked 3 weeks ago, like none of those places were taking reservations yet.
Yeah.
When I looked yesterday, they were all booked. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. And so, but this is why you don't always just go by the internet reservations,
you
and you
call them.
call the restaurant.
Yeah.
And so they called me right back, and they had a cancellation like that day, and so they fit us in. So,
Awesome.
it's great.
Amazing. We're going early enough.
Well, I would prefer not to go at 6 o'clock. Honestly, I would have liked to have gone a little bit later.
Oh, we're going at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you have children. And so that was when they had time. And I was like, that sounds perfect. We will be happy to take that 6 p.m. slot.
And actually, 6 is late for us if we're eating with the kids. We usually go at like 5 or 5:30, but we have a 5 o'clock Festival of Lights tickets.
Yeah.
So we're trying to like gauge like how long are we going to be there? And
Did you guys go last year?
we did not.
Oh, it's awesome.
So
I went last. It's different every year,
Yeah.
so I'm excited to see it. But it was really beautiful. We went on a very cold and sort of damp, rainy night, which was a little bit annoying, but it's beautiful.
Still beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
And
excited.
I've been driving by every day on my way
I
home,
know,
thinking
right?
I can sort of see what's
can
happening in
kinda
there. So this is a local museum, which is
Shelburne Museum.
which is a funny sort of museum. It's a collection of buildings and a lot of outdoor space.
And a lot of the buildings they have saved. So they've transported
historic,
them and they
yeah.
bring them to
Yeah.
the museum, and then they reposition them or put them down on foundations, and then they renovate or whatever and use the inside to showcase other things, collections of things.
So they're Americana folk art for the most part, and so like one whole building has a collection of decoys in it, another one has a collection of quilts in it, and so they're
They have a giant Ticonderoga steamboat that's there that you can walk on. It's grounded and it's kind of amazing.
It's a great museum. And so a lot of it is outdoors, and it used to be always closed in the wintertime, and they never did anything. And so lately the last couple of years, they stay open till like Christmas time, I want to say, and then they're closed for a couple of months.
But they also have that new big building that they built where I think they have a lot more things going on.
They have 2 exhibition spaces in there.
Inside space now, and they have events and things in there. So
anyway, and so they decorate their grounds with winter lights, it's called, but it's art installation winter lights. Yeah. So it's like all different of things, and they're all sort of tied together along the paths of the museum. Yeah. It's beautiful. It was really fun. There's like an immersive experience part, and then there's just pretty lights everywhere, and they go on and off, and there's tableaus, and it's
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was great fun last year.
Yeah. It's a great, from my perspective, it's a great thing to go do on New Year's Eve, and they had plenty of tickets available at the time slot that we wanted to go to, and so.
Yeah, so we'll do that on Friday night with pizza.
Awesome.
Afterwards, yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So speaking of events, I think we've already posted about the store. It's closing early on Christmas Eve. We're closed on Christmas Day. We're closing early on New Year's Eve.
Closed on New Year's Day.
And we're closed on New Year's Day. Yep. And then we are, again, closed on the Monday the 2nd, which is the federal holiday, and we will be doing inventory.
But it's also a Monday, and we're normally closed on Mondays. So.
Right. So the knit groups that would normally be happening on the Sundays probably won't happen. We're debating
New Year's Day. Maybe.
But we're also debating doing a New Year's Eve pajama party cast on, which we did last year and was fun, and our folks have asked about it. We're trying to figure out which, if any of us, have the ability to host it. So Ariana and Ange are checking, because I do have other plans for that.
I think I might be able to swing it, because we may have to push it to like 8:30.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll see.
But yeah, I think we can manage that.
And we'll post about it.
Yeah.
So if you're local, or if you're not, because it's virtually online.
Virtual.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think other than that, classes are posted for next, starting in January. We have a couple different, we have a bunch of intro to knitting, intro to crochet, and just sock class.
I'm doing a insert an afterthought heel into a sock tube class.
And you can buy a sock tube.
Come cut your knitting. Learn how to put in an afterthought heel.
Yeah. And then we have a couple of other, I'm doing a finishing class, and there's some other things as well. And then we have 2 different workshop series. So one is sweater together. So start from scratch, pick a pattern, knit your sweater over the course of the classes. That's happening on Saturday afternoons in, I think, January and February, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And then we have another workshop series for kids who want to learn to knit and crochet. And so that is being offered again in January and February, like 6 different times that are 1 hour slots, I think, maybe. Anyway, all the info's on the website.
Yep.
So check them out.
And we also have a place on the website where you can buy classes as gifts
Yes.
for folks.
Yes.
So that's available if you're, again, looking for a last minute gift. Somebody's like, oh, I wish I want to learn to knit or I want to learn to crochet. Like, perfect. There you go. You can
Yeah,
do
and
that
then they
and
can
get them a gift
schedule.
card and they
Yeah.
can buy their materials and they're ready.
And they can schedule the class themselves, so they're not committed to a certain time.
Right.
So, but that's a way to buy a class for somebody. So,
Yep.
and those, I think they're in both sections on the gift cards, but also in the class section of our website. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else we've been doing.
I think that's about it. I mean, we hope everybody's having happy holiday season, happy Hanukkah for the folks who celebrate Hanukkah.
Or in the midst of that,
right in the
as we
middle of
speak.
Hanukkah.
Right.
And Kwanzaa, we had the solstice was yesterday.
Right.
So, everything's
Happy
kinda
winter.
happening.
First
Happy
day of winter.
It's now officially winter. It's going to be 53 degrees tomorrow.
Right. Oh, Vermont.
Yep. And, for those folks that celebrate, Merry Christmas. And, whatever, Happy Festivus, whatever it is that you
Yes,
do, we hope
exactly.
that you have some.
We're in favor of all the holidays.
Yes, all the holidays. Have, a relaxing time or are able to take some time for yourself, even if it's just, a little small thing or just a few minutes here or there. But
Find a minute of downtime.
Yeah.
Cozy up in front of a snowstorm. Because it's not just us. We're complaining about our weather, but honestly,
but the Midwest is just you guys,
no.
all of you stay safe. It's going to be dangerously
right.
cold.
Make sure you have enough yarn to get through the next couple of weeks.
Don't leave your house unless you absolutely have to. Like, it's going to
Stock
be
up on
scary,
snacks and yarn.
scary cold there.
Yeah.
So stay warm. Stay warm middle of the country.
Yeah.
Yep. Middle north.
Right. Because it's not going to be warm again. I mean, Christmas Eve day and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
It's going to get cold here too again. So.
Yes, we've already had a fair amount of winter, given that today is the first official day. But it is ironic that it will be 50 tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, if the weather people are right. Who knows?
Yes.
Don't know. We'll find out.
We've had many conversations in my other office lately about like Snowmageddon is like every single snowstorm is now Snowmageddon instead of like
it's gonna snow.
Maybe 2 to 4 inches. That is not Snowmageddon.
That's not.
That's just snow.
Just snow.
8 to 10, 10 to 20, maybe is.
I mean, 10 to 20. Okay, we can maybe get a little bit more excited. More than 20 inches, then okay, let's get really excited. But anything less than 10 inches or even a foot, like just calm down,
please. Right. We're now at the point where the schools are like proactively canceling themselves a week ahead of time.
I mean,
they're like
for last week's storm, we got the cancellation notes at like 4 p.m. the day before. I was like, what?
It was doing nothing.
And
as it turns out,
overnight?
honestly,
they probably could have gone to school.
I drove around all day Friday.
It's
not perfect.
I didn't go
but
anywhere because my kids were home, and I was just like, ugh.
Right. It was fine.
Ugh.
Yes. Towards the end of the day on Friday, it started to pick up.
dicey.
But they would have been home by then.
Yeah, it's fine anyway.
We digress, as usual.
We did digress, but more importantly,
it's 7:20. We have to go.
Yeah, we have to
8
go.
o'clock is when it starts snowing here.
Yes, right. So
have a happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Whatever it is.
We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
And we will be shirking inventory when you see us next.
Yes, we will, because we will be. Yes. We need to take a break to podcast. So you may actually hear a lot more background noise, or
maybe we'll have some cameos.
We might have some cameos from people, and that would actually be really cool, to have people pop in and say hi and
complain.
Do that.
Why are you sitting?
Inventory. Yeah.
Why are you sitting while we're counting?
Yeah. So we could probably, and that's the sign that it's time for us to go.
It is.
So,
you can see how dark it is.
I know.
Enjoy your holidays, folks.
Yep.
We'll see you in a couple
you
weeks.
soon.
Bye. I had to finish my girdle this morning because it was too hard.
The doohickey.
Yes. I'll have to remember to come back and do it later. My wordle.
Going on with anything today?
Sorry, I'm trying to find a way to get onto Ravelry in case I need it.
I'm a mess. I know I had.
Oh, today has
mine
been
up
one of
too.
those weird days.
Because it's Thursday. Let's just start with.
But it's Friday for me. Are you working tomorrow?
I don't think so.
I am definitely not working tomorrow or next week, so it's very exciting.
I'm not
the beginning
working
of vacation.
next week either.
Although vacation might be a stretch. But...
So I'm going to use vacation in air quotes.
I know.
Because.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I will do my best to try to get this edited and posted for tomorrow. But
yeah,
morning. But we'll see.
Okay.
It'll probably get posted without show notes right away.
We haven't done those. Although we could do them quick. They don't take that long. Although I don't know about all of this.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to write this stuff down. Well, it's easy once you
can take a picture.
No, I'll just write it down. So we had this staff holiday party.
We did,
which was really fun.
We didn't even play the knitting game. I realized that.
No, we didn't.
About 20 minutes before people started packing up their stuff and walking out, and I was like, "Wait, we didn't
you know
play
what?
the game."
I think people were just enjoying hanging out and knitting and talking with each other. Having
some foods.
Yeah.
Which was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah. So super fun.
We didn't even talk about the unusual customers, which we sometimes do.
Sometimes we did not. We managed to talk about all kinds of other things.
Much of it was knitting related, but not all of it.
A lot of conversation about cheese.
Well, there was a lot of cheese.
There was a lot of cheese. If you didn't see the charcuterie board on my Instagram, go wander over. Mm-hmm. I can't do anything half measure.
No, that is very true. It did occur to me afterwards that I was like, when we were planning this party, and I was like, I'm going to make these things, and you were saying, I'm going to do these two things, and I was like, imagining a charcuterie board that was, like a normal size, like 2 feet by 18 inches or so, not 13 feet long.
I showed up with a charcuterie board
took up the entire counter.
12 inches by 36 inches. Next year, Jen will give me parameters.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is I will have you set it up on the table, because I actually, in my brain, I was thinking we would sit at the table to eat, but my brain was not fully, anyway. It was a lovely evening. And now my house is all clean and decorated for the most part, so
it looked
I have not finished the Christmas shopping yet, because that's what I was focused on for 2 weekends, but it's mostly done. There's a few little things tomorrow after we make cookies. Tomorrow is holiday cooking in the Arbuckle Higgins households.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do it every year. 3 generations of cookie makers.
Yay!
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Just making myself notes about
She's
what's
making
on
a
the
list of the 53,000 things that I randomly wanted around the store and grabbed.
And then I have to go find them in our system so I can link them.
Right.
And also, can I read my own notes when I get home?
I'm telling you should take a picture at the very least.
I will take a picture.
Just to remind yourself. Okay. These are the good ones because these really smell lovely.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, darling, I might have to buy myself one of those.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty. So what else have we done for the last 2 weeks? I've driven 30 hours in the past 10 days, so that's been, I love my clients, but honestly, they've had all year to have an in-person meeting with me, and so they need to have them in the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yes, that's the way it goes. I've been sort of all immersed into the holiday bazaar at my kids' school,
which is done.
It is done. It's an annual event. PTO runs it. I don't know if I've mentioned on the podcast, but I am the treasurer of my PTO.
For your sins.
Because I don't have enough to do. I needed to do that too, I guess. I don't know. So that's been keeping me very busy the last couple of weeks. But it's done. It was Monday. I did all the setup.
Can I say it seems like a weird thing to have on a Monday, right? No?
So they always do it the Monday.
It's like a day. Oh, it's a school day.
it's for the kids.
Right.
So
in my brain, I was like, the public needs to come. And I was like, the public will be at work on a Monday.
Yeah, so the holiday bazaar at our school is a way for the kids to come do Christmas shopping or holiday shopping for the people and their families. So things are priced very inexpensively, and they all get wrapped. So there's a wrapping station, so everything comes home wrapped, so it can be a surprise. I don't know how long it's been going on. I think decades at this point.
That's nice.
So it's always the Monday before of the last week of school, before they go to break.
Yeah.
That's why it's on a Monday.
Yeah.
It's also on a Monday because then the PTO sets it up on Sunday.
Yes.
And then it's ready to go, and then
which makes sense.
Tear it down because it is a production. It is a thing.
So you had to take Monday off.
I did not, because I did not sell. I volunteered my time to set up, and then I left early to help break down. My skill set does not involve selling things to lots of small children all day.
I can understand that.
So I offered my time where my strengths would be better used.
Good plan. Very good plan. Yes.
Yes. Know these things about ourselves and go with it. So
yeah, I think other than work, and I did, because we had the Christmas or the holiday party at my house, it's, as I said, it's all decorated, so my Christmas tree is up, and it's very exciting for those of you that maybe watch my Instagram feed. I found a bird's nest in my Christmas tree, which is very good luck.
Very cool.
It's the second time in my life that I found a fully formed bird's nest in my Christmas tree. I think it's from the same Christmas tree farm.
Awesome.
So yeah.
We've had some very weird weather here.
Well, I don't really know what's happening anymore. Like,
if you listen to the news, we're going to have weather-geddon or stormageddon like tomorrow, and
starting at 8 p.m. tonight, the snow is coming.
Last Friday was supposed to be just the world was ending, and it kind of was a nothing burger.
Well, I drove home from White Plains on Thursday night as fast as I could because the storm came from the south, and it was in fact snowing. It was a pretty unpleasant drive.
I shouldn't say it wasn't a nothing burger in lots of other places.
Not
it was
here. Yeah, because I have a friend in the middle of the state who lost power for 5 days. So that's not very exciting.
South of us, it was quite the thing.
And they got quite a bit of snow. Yes. And the snow was really, I mean, here we got snow, but it was very heavy. It was like made out of water practically, but which I guess all snow is.
More water content than normal.
It was very damp snow.
Yes. Very, very wet. Very wet precipitation coming from the sky.
Oh, dear. Oh. I feel like on Mondays we might be a little bit more on our game. I'm sorry, folks.
The title of this podcast needs to be Wet Snow.
Sure. And tonight, unfortunately, it's going to start snowing. And it's like 20 degrees out right now.
Yeah,
and it's going to somehow magically become 50 by noontime tomorrow and turn to rain.
Rain with high winds.
And then it's going to magically drop back to 20 by tomorrow night. So that's going to be great. All of our pretty snow, and it is very pretty. It's white.
It's gorgeous.
The pine trees have snow chunks on them. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all going to turn into a wet, muddy mess, and then it's going to freeze solid.
It's going to be...
for Christmas Eve day. Awesome. Right. On the other hand, and also we're supposed to have 70-mile-an-hour winds, so that'll be super fun.
Yeah, I was just telling Jen, like the last time we had 70-mile-an-hour winds coming down off the mountains, I didn't have power at my house for a week, and like it was crazy. So
you can come stay at my house.
I hope that does not happen.
Yes, you're welcome. If we have power in the valley, I live 5 miles from Anch, maybe not even.
Yeah, but it's amazing how different our weather is.
Yes, you're more than welcome to have Christmas with me and my family.
Okay, thank you.
Just fine.
Thank you.
Yes, and there's plenty of food, and there'll be cookies for sure because we're baking cookies no matter what tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yes, they may not be gluten-free. That would be the only thing.
That's okay. I don't really need cookies, but my kids love them.
Yes.
I believe that I'm going to attempt to make a gluten-free Yule log with my kids this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So
hopefully better luck than with the one cookie that we did.
I know.
For the Christmas party.
Gluten-free sometimes is really weird. But so watch the Instagram. It's a Black Forest Yule log, which most of the people in my house really like Black Forest cake. So
yeah. It's not my favorite, but yeah. I've never been a fan. I like cherries, but not like,
Oh,
in syrup, and not like in chocolate necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. There's something. I'm a weirdo, so
it's all right. Well,
we've all got our things.
we all have our things, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It could just really end up being in which mom makes a Yule log and everybody else eats it.
That could be fine. It'll be just one of those, because you're not at work.
Right.
For me, like,
Right.
it's relaxing to do stuff when I'm not. But I've got I still have. So the other part tomorrow is shopping and then gift wrapping. I was nothing wrapped because, of course, I haven't finished up the shopping. So
I have almost all of my stuff. I wrapped everything that I had in my office because I have things shipped to my office. So everything there's wrapped, and I have a few things. I think.
Is it at your house?
What
Stuff at your office?
No, it's in the back of my car.
Oh,
right
okay. For a few, I was like, "Wait, what are you going? You're going to drive up here tomorrow?"
No.
Yeah.
I wrapped it all, and it's in the back of my car. Now
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't live with anyone, so my stuff is all in
Yeah.
piles on my dining room table where I was assessing where I stood in the gift purchasing realm last night.
Yeah, we still have a kiddo that believes in Santa Claus, and so now that I've put this in the podcast, I have to make sure I have earbuds in when I'm editing the podcast because
You're wrapping the Christmas gifts, not
right. But I was gonna go into we still have a kiddo that believes in Santa Claus, so we have things hidden in the basement that are hidden, and we don't bring any presents out until Christmas Eve when Santa comes. So we don't have presents under the tree right now.
I don't either because they're on the dining room table unwrapped.
Well, even I have stuff that's in a box that's for my husband. Mm-hmm. It'll stay there, or it'll.
So
go
we
down
always
the
put
basement.
the regular presents under the tree, but the stocking,
we put nothing.
Stocking things. Oh,
Nothing.
Santa brings everything.
Santa brings everything out overnight magically.
Oh, huh. That sounds like a lot of work for the parents to maintain that.
It's all a lot of work for the parents.
Because we just do stockings.
Actually,
from Santa.
it's all
Santa only brings stocking things.
It's all a lot of work for the mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But, it's all about the magic of Christmas, Ange.
I know. I keep reminding myself that.
And on Christmas morning, you'll be like, look how magical this is.
When we've had to institute a new rule that my children are not allowed to leave their room until 6 a.m.
Yes. The good news, I will tell you, is that in the household where I will be going to celebrate Christmas is a 14-and-a-half-year-old girl. And she now sleeps late. So I'm assuming that maybe it'll be 7 or 8 instead of earlier. But
the 11-year-old is now aware of the Santa situation, and he's still the one that's up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just like, what? He's like, I'm just so excited. I'm like, just go to bed.
Right.
I don't want to be up at 4. I went to bed at midnight.
The magic number is 6, my friend. I'm not talking to you until it says 6. Right. 6 was our rule when we were growing up, I do remember. And I remember my grandmother was the one who was pacing the hallway at 5:30.
Oh.
Yes, my dad's mom. Yeah.
I mean,
meanwhile, we were sleeping and someone had to wake us up at 6, meaning my grandmother came in.
Yeah. I mean, the rule is if they get up early, they can get into their stockings, but nothing else. So we don't make them
can't
wait for
open
stockings.
anything until everybody is there.
That was a rule when I was growing up too, and I realize now my parents did that so they could sleep for another 30 minutes.
Yeah. I like to see people. In fact, the stockings are my favorite part. And even though there is no current Santa myth in our households, I like the stockings the best. They're my favorites. And they're not even all exciting gifts, but they're just, I don't know, I like shopping for them.
Nice. I do too. Stocking gifts are fun.
Yeah.
It's all a little fun,
a collection of randomness. Toothbrush and an interesting little piece of something that someone wouldn't
Abigail,
buy for
here's some
themselves.
lip gloss and chapstick and things. And
Yes.
William's happy with a couple packs of gum. It's just
that was in capital letters on my niece's Christmas list.
Gum.
Okay. Oh, high school. I think that's the answer. So. Yeah.
And we do lottery tickets in the. I don't care what.
I always did that.
I don't care
years.
what the New York lottery says. We do lottery tickets in the stockings. It's fun. Everybody has a good time. So. Mm-hmm. Yes. And sometimes we win money. So.
Yeah. Right. I might get back to that now because I stopped doing it because of Santa, and so because it's hard for Santa to buy local lottery tickets.
Oh.
We did them for years before, but now she's old enough and she knows. So guess I could stop tomorrow.
My kids have not ever made that connection. Apparently Santa goes to the store.
True. It is true. You see him everywhere. He's out there on the streets. So
yeah,
it's probably true that he can find a store or two.
He's got an in with Vermont Lottery. They just give him tickets. It's fine. He's on some of those lottery tickets.
Right. That's right. True.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, should we flip over into our real
we should
podcast here?
Because we got sidetracked a little
bit. We did.
So
doing some other things, and it's a little later than we wanted to start with this. And
yes, and we have a hard deadline of 8 p.m. when it starts snowing. So I would like
we have to get home before Snowmageddon. Before it starts.
That's right.
It's probably going to be nothing
right.
Kind of hope so this time with the wind they're predicting.
I actually hope so too, because I would very much like it to look like Christmas on Christmas Day.
I know.
And also, I don't really feel like dealing with the weather as I drive around tomorrow.
Right. That's true. I've kind of orchestrated my schedule so I don't actually have to go anywhere tomorrow unless I choose to.
I'm going to my sister's for the cookies, and I'm bringing my mom home to the north end of Burlington, and then I'll be shopping to do last minute shopping on the way home.
Should we do this on the outtakes?
Sure.
Okay. So Jen got me a very nice Christmas present.
Aunt has already given me mine.
I've given her one, and the other one's not here yet. It's like
next podcast. I'll open mine on the next podcast.
Okay, cool. I was like, hopefully it'll be here so I can give it to you for
which is on Inventory Day. Did you notice that?
Is it really?
Well, 2 weeks from this past Monday would be Inventory Day.
Well, we should figure out how to work it in, I guess. Yeah.
They can be doing inventory, and we'll do the podcast. That's the answer.
That is the answer. Should I open one of these first?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I bought them at different times. So they're sort of unconnected.
Different things?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. But I do want to say that I bought this one before the last podcast.
Okay.
Which will make sense when you see it.
Okay. Or the last.
You may or may not remember, actually. But.
Oh! That's awesome. I was complimenting her on her
you were talking about the Sophie scarf and how, which you notice I'm not using one, but anyway.
Right, I couldn't keep track of what row I was on.
Because the 8 rows is annoying to remember.
Yeah.
As I now know.
So this is a row counter bracelet where you can do the bracelet, can do the work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And a fun little thanks, I made it pin.
Also from Katrinkles, right?
Yeah, she does cool stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's really fun. I've been eyeballing those and just had not gotten
I have
around
one at home that I really love.
You had it on one of your knitting things.
I did. I have it on the never to be finished. That pink sweater that I started. I forget what it's called now. Okay. But this is something that.
This is the good one?
This is the funny one.
Okay.
Yes.
I like funny.
I think you'll like this.
I like funny.
Oh dear. Yes.
That
it made me laugh.
Awesome.
And then it made me think of you, and I thought, this is perfect. This is perfect for Ange to have in her craft dungeon, is what I thought.
I will put this up in my craft dungeon. That's amazing.
And you notice that if you take the plastic off, you lose the color.
Yeah.
They did it that way on purpose, I think. So it could just be,
funny,
a little watercolor. Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Or a nice watercolor.
Yes.
That's.
No, because that kind of humor that's why it made me think of you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
As you were waiting for me in the hallway at Rhinebeck, as I was thumbing through all those things.
I figured I was wandering around. But you always go in that booth.
I love that booth.
You always buy
and
stuff
I bought
in there.
stuff.
And
yes.
So I was just, probably checking my email or something.
Right.
Just
right.
around.
No, you had wandered off. And so I thought, I think I can actually sneak this out of here without anyone
I wouldn't
noticing.
even have been like, oh, that's funny. Even if I had seen it. Wouldn't have
I
known.
hid that so you couldn't see that when you looked at the other stuff. Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Thank you. Yay. So we were going to actually start legit real podcast
of who knows what.
Who knows what's happening?
But when you get to this point, you will know what it's going to be about. But we don't.
What has already happened? We don't know. We know nothing right now. Okay, so we're ready?
We are.
Okay. There goes the lights.
Right, just in time.
Just in time.